Magi. Magi.
Baba.
Uya kuno. Tora pen nebeba. Garab. Right.
Namo iri kwese hapana kwa isiri kunyangwe seri kwemapoda funza varimiri wafunga kuikunda une maoko shanda kuisa tariro muvarume hakuna tiri kune vakawanda vakamhanyira kupinda mumamereji vachitiza nhamo zvino chakafukidza dzimba matenga mumamereji umu mune zvamo mereji isungano yerudo haisi nzira yekutiza nhamo murume asi bosi kana maneja ihama yerwendo yemuraramo handiti tiri tose uri kuona zvose ini namai vako takasanganiswa kare munamo tiri tose murugare tiri tose namo tinotomboitamba semagitare chishuwiro dai wandinzwa usati wabaiwa neminzwa nzira yauchasarudza nhasi ndiyo ichagadzira ramangwana ndamo haiperi nekuwana murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza ndamo haiperi nekutsvaka murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza mavoko maviri ahasi ekudyisa sadza ukaona zvadaro aupenyu wautadza kusekerera nungo upenyu uchakurwadza pfungwa ngadzishandira mangwana usaparadza anoshanda nemusana ndimakanika kwekutengesa muviri usawanika kubariwa muurombo zvinowanikwa asi pfungwa dzakashanda apa panobudika mai vanoda mukwasha ini ndinoti tanga wagadzira future zvamazuva ano izvi zvakunetsa mereji usina chini nokustresa chishuwiro dai wandinzwa usati wabaiwa neminzwa nzira yauchasarudza nhasi ndiyo ichagadzira ramangwana ndamo haiperi nekuwana murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza ndamo haiperi nekutsvaka murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza ndamo haiperi nekuwana murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza ndamo haiperi nekutsvaka murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza rugare rwaunoda ruri mauri believe in yourself rugare rwaunoda ruri mauri believe in yourself ishuwiro dai wandinzwa usati wabaiwa neminzwa nzira yauchasarudza nhasi ndiyo ichagadzira ramangwana chishuwiro dai wandinzwa usati wabaiwa neminzwa nzira yauchasarudza nhasi ndiyo ichagadzira ramangwana ndamo haiperi nekuwana murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza ndamo haiperi nekutsvaka murume ingatopera nekuwana basa vakakufurira usazvibvume mwanangu senza
Chishuwiro dai wandinzwa mwanangu nhamo haiperi nekutsvaga murume ingatopera nekuwana basa. The apostle here is trying to relay a message, and a message which is very compatible and very useful to a girl child, that having a man is not the best way to eradicate poverty. It's only a mechanic, motor mechanic, who uses his back as the part of trade. Not you, girl child. Wake up. Welcome once again to the special edition of Witchcraft as we are broadcasting live from GM Pretoria. We are continuing with the series Witchcraft in Detailed Explanation. My name is Pastor Michael from Pretoria GM. In the house, I've got the man of God, the father of the ministry, the visionary, an expert when it comes to witchcraft reversal processes and deliverance. Welcome to the show, Apostle.
1, 2. All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Michael, for having me once again in this special edition of our witchcraft session. It's always an honor. It's always an honor, especially to be hosted by you. You know, a man who has so much experience in ministry, spanning for about 8 to 12 years doing this. That experience is enough to give a good credit for a minister. This one knows what he's talking about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Apostle. Yesterday when we started, we spoke of scripture that is found in Matthew chapter 13, verse number 24. When we hear that a farmer went out into his field, he planted a good seed. After he planted a good seed, at night when everyone was asleep, his enemy also went into the same field and planted wrong seed. It was only at the end when it was discovered that something different has germinated. This put me to the introduction of what we are talking about. God has got a plan for his people. And you said the devil came to kill, to rob, and to destroy. And he is also using people to manipulate God's plan, which is defined as witchcraft. So witches are coming to plant something in people's lives. Are we together on that one? Is it still the same?
Yeah, that's the same thing. Because according to, I thank God that we are keeping on coming back to the definition that we gave to witchcraft. This is many problems, right?
Yes.
So once a problem that you are having was made by a man, to us it's witchcraft. Oh, you foolish Galatians, who bewitched you? Just being foolish.
Right.
There is somebody who bewitched them for just being foolish. So if Paul can put foolish people into category of people who are bewitched, what about those who are sick because of problems that came from parents, that came from people who cursed them? It's more than witchcraft.
Okay. Before we get to today's topic, I can see that foolishness is the one that causes rebellion. You rebel and uprise against your own parents, forgetting that they have got a legal right.
Yeah.
So foolishness only is a form of witchcraft that leads you to be cursed.
Definitely.
Wow.
If somebody makes you foolish, Pastor Michael.
Yes, sir, Papa.
Do you remember when I was there is a day I did a live stream when I was in a bush. I saw like a bottle, you know, I was on live stream. There was a bottle which was an alcohol bottle, then there were names in it.
Right.
And it was tied with something red, and you could realize there is somebody who is drinking alcohol thinking it's just the love of alcohol.
Yeah.
By the way, your name is in the bush and it's tied to a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah.
And there are some red stuff there. So you are becoming foolish every day.
Yeah.
But not just becoming foolish only. There is somebody behind that.
Who is orchestrating the
who is orchestrating all this. So there's a lot that is happening around that people don't realize good. Whatever that is happening on me, it has somebody behind.
One day, as we were traveling around, I took Pastor Tobias with me. We went through the mountain.
Yeah,
Right.
I remember you said it.
There is a place, there is a fence there, and it used to be like a bush. And what we saw there were locks and flowers that are locked onto a fence. Right. Only after we realized that people are using this place because there is like an oozing water there. So meaning people are manufacturing love and attaching people to other people that are not even their soulmates.
We have been there, Pastor Michael. We even been locked.
Right.
We were arrested in love. I remember one of the days. I think this young man knows it. Any knows it. You know, this young man. You know, these are the stories. I thank God I'm still a young man who is able to speak about this.
Yeah.
So this boy was learning with. He was from 2.
Okay.
Then he was learning with another girl that I was in love with. So I was in love with this girl, and I used to have about 2 or more at that school. Remember, I was popular, I was a celebrity at the farms. So I used to have many girlfriends. But there was the girlfriend that I loved the most of all of them. Then came this one who was learning with this boy. They were sitting next to next.
Okay.
So I got that one, and all of a sudden, I don't know what just happened to me. I got crazy with her to a level of introducing her to my parents at Form 2 age. I was so confused. Like, even my friends were like, what's going on? I couldn't, until I went to their house. That's when I saw those, the cloth, what do you call them? Machira.
Okay.
Those in
Sangoma materials.
Yeah, but those ones were not for Sangomas, were for Mapostori.
Okay.
In Gochukwe, and these ones we have a lot of
with the stars and all those things.
The mistake that they did not remove their stuff when I went there.
Okay.
And I knew these people, they are the ones who sort like these love spells, love what. They are sorted by the people who goes to this kind of a church, and they are good at it. If you want if somebody is dating your husband, if you want to lock their system so that it will be only for you, this is where you go to. Okay. So when I saw it, something just went. I realized, this is where I was bound. And you know what? The day I went there, the love began to deteriorate.
From there.
From the end, we never lasted. Then I realized, so I was locked in. Then now I'm free. So there are a lot of people are failing to get over people. That they can see with this person, there is nothing that I'm dying for here. He beats me, she cheats me, he does a lot of things, but you can't get over them. And what's happening? This is some of the stuff that is happening. There are a lot of people who have their locks where you went with the pastor.
Yes, Pastor Tobias there.
You passed by. Even sometimes you went with Simba, right?
Yes, I went with Simba.
You showed him.
I went with Pastor Tobias. I even went with Anyway, one of the videographers.
Yeah. So it's very, very difficult. The one who is wearing the shoe is the one who understands it better. Us, we have been there, we know these things. They are real. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wonder, you look at the person who is taking your husband. She's very dirty, sharpy, and you wonder why your husband is going there. My guy.
And you wonder.
My guy, don't play. These people, they know magic. And you don't want to believe in it. This is why they keep on harming and damaging you.
Right. This is a very, 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 very serious edition, my dear friends, relatives, and the GM family online. As we are proceeding, let me just pose a reminder. On Friday, this coming Friday, from 9 p.m. till 6 a.m., we are hosting an all-night prayer titled Back to Sender.
In Shona, we say, Kucha Chambiti.
This is going to be a very, very, very serious one. You have to come early. Maybe if I can give you the address, we are on number 376 Steve Biko Road, corner Johannes Ramakose and Steve Biko opposite the Shell Garage. My dear friends, it's going to be an amazing night. For we are going to receive deliverance from some of these things that you're talking about. Other people are bound in their lives. Some people abound of cases that they received from their own parents, from their own bloodline. So, as we are continuing, Apostle, today, can you highlight a little bit on this thing of muti?
Yeah.
How muti really works?
So you nowadays, you are reading my mind. I was very hungry to explain about muti. You know, I was like, this guy, how can I just chip in whatsoever that he's saying so that I can bring the topic about muti? Because I'm thinking about something. I realized that God can take you through experiences,
Yes.
so that you can learn and know. So, as I was growing, my sisters used to buy me. You pass there. So my sister used to buy me pigeons, kwirimba.
Right?
In South Africa, what do they call them? These are just pigeons, right?
Amajuba.
Amajuba. Right. So when my sister used to buy them for me, I had them plenty and they increased in their numbers. As they increased in their numbers, this is what happened. So may we learn in silence, please. Let this be the last time that we are going to speak about this. We are on a... it's unfortunate that today in the studio there are plenty people who are learning, but they are not learning in silence. So, yeah, we have to control the noise from here. Nothing much you can do. Right. So as I was having those pigeons, there was another lady from the White Garment Church. So she used to come and buy water. So this water she was buying from me was the water where these birds
We're bathing.
eat, do every stuff there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what is...
come?
And she was going to cook a meal with it, put it in the fridge. The husband is going to... Because there is a certain relationship that is there on pigeons that is not there on other birds. Because
Yes.
pigeons, what they do, they share on sleeping on eggs.
Yeah.
The male sleeps during the day,
Okay.
the female during the night. It might be vice versa, but this is what I discovered.
Yeah.
During the day you could see the male there, during the night the female, something like that. So what they'll be trying to do, they know there is a certain power within them, the ability of recognizing it. I have an egg. Even though I'm a male, I have a duty to play there.
Yeah.
I have a role to play. I must go. So they want their husbands to be like that, to be responsible. So they take the character of a pigeon from the water that is drawn from the... Saka, this is the same way these people draw powers from muti. The way they take the water from the pigeons, and the way they extract power from those weeds. Even, do you remember that verse that talks about God gave the herbs for to heal, right?
Yeah.
For the...
And body nourishment.
You understand?
Yes.
Even the food that we eat, it's
Yeah.
a work of muti there. Even in biology, if you start about it,
Yes.
when the food goes down, there are vitamins which are taken, there are a lot of things which are taken into the body, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The food itself knows, I can go to this part and make this one, I can go to that part, and everything. That's how, this is the whole thing about muti. So the other muti, they go beyond just physical, having some physical powers. They can even carry spiritual powers, spiritual significance. Pastor Michael,
Yes, Daddy.
I want to ask you,
Yes.
if you want to see what muti has power, right, biblically,
Yes.
God, what did God plant in the middle of the Garden of Eden?
He planted a tree.
Right.
Yeah.
But the tree was magical. If you eat it, you eventually
Change.
begin to know what is right and what is not right.
Right.
Meaning good, it's a tree which is physical, but it has spiritual power.
Right.
Then there was a tree of life,
Also,
but it's a what?
a tree as well.
It's a what? It's a tree. But if you eat it, you can have life after eating a physical tree. The other one, you can eat it and die.
Right.
But it's a physical tree, but it carries spiritual significance. Not only that, do you see how the tree responded to Jesus? The fig tree which
Yes,
did not have
yes,
fruit,
yes,
and
yes.
Jesus cursed it, and it withered.
At the same time.
It responded to power.
Right.
So this is the same thing. These guys, they know how to manipulate things which has power. Us, we don't know. We are not even bothered by that. We don't even care about it. But these people, every muti which has spiritual significance, every muti which has spiritual power, they know about it.
Right. This brings me to this other thing. There are two things that I've come to realize them. In the book of Kings, we hear of the sons of the prophet who said, we cannot stay here alone and go and cut down trees there. Please, men of God, come down with us to the river. Then an axe fell into the waters.
And it floated.
When they told the men of God, they say, he plucked a branch,
Yes.
which is a symbolization of a muti. He steered the position.
Yeah, these guys, they were just doing this. They understood even the putting up of salt in the bowel.
Right?
And declare,
healing
and declare that the land is healed.
Yeah.
You remember when they came to Elisha and said,
Yes.
the land is very good, but it's
But
barren.
it's barren.
The water is sour and whatsoever.
Yes.
And he took what? A bowl and salt.
Salt and put there.
Then he said the waters are healed.
Then there is another example again on those guys. There was a day when the sons of the prophet again went out and plucked the berries. But little did they know that they have plucked the wild berries.
Yes.
The berries are a muti, but the muti is not good. Then when they eat, they started crying, saying there is death in the pot.
On the pot, yeah.
Then the man of God said, bring flour. Flour also is made out of a plant.
Yeah, everything is a plant there. Even us to walk, we take the all energy from the plant. Even for our eyes, if we eat carrots and they help our sight, it's all extracting from the, muti, don't take it for granted. Those people can kill you.
Right.
They know how to manipulate things. Like the prophets who were greater in the Bible.
Right.
Their knowledge and ability was in knowing how to manipulate powers in everything around them. Even Jesus one day, he took soil and mixed with saliva.
Yes.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
This brings me to the second thing now. Now, I have been traveling around doing some researches and things like that. I discovered that in these Sangoma shops around here in Pretoria, you find them selling the nests of those yellow birds.
Yes. They say they sell a lot of stuff.
Yes. So I asked this other vendor that was selling those things, and I said, why do you sell these things? He said it works exactly as what you're explaining of the pigeons. Because the nature of those birds, they don't intercross. The two that fall in love stay in one nest, and they help each other to build. They've got special skill.
Yeah.
And their leaves, their feathers are always in that very nest. So they use them to pimp relationships.
Yeah. To forge them. But the one that I saw with my own naked eyes, I was so shocked.
Right.
Like before calling, I told you my experiences. The people that I saw, the people that I worked with, and so they came to this friend of mine. They said, we are dating somebody's husband. So what we want to do, we want them to divorce. So they said, this one is too big. I will call my friends and we will do it on a special day. So they called about 5 sangomas.
Okay.
And what they are doing here, they want to damage somebody's marriage.
Relationship. Yeah.
She's married. It's not just a relationship.
It's
These
a
people are
marriage.
married. So you know what they did? I was watching everything. I was watching. You know what they did? they they went to a bush.
Right.
So when they went to a bush, they took a pot. So in the pot, the man sat like he's sitting on a chamber.
Okay.
Then he sits, he does everything there. He releases. Then the name of the husband and the wife is put there. Then they
Okay.
they mix the stuff,
The stuff.
with the name. Then they put muti. They make the enchantments and so forth.
Okay.
I'm telling you, next week, the husband and the wife were looking at each other. It's
Like smelly stuff.
They are smelling to each other.
Annoying.
And the lady came thanking Trasekura, I want to thank you. It's done. It's a done deal. Then they said, how can we just go and sit down on a chamber pot? Then things can't happen. I said, yeah. So you actually pay money to destroy somebody's marriage.
Right. So, as you are all hearing from the horse's mouth, this means that witchcraft is real.
It's a reality.
And many people are surviving on a verge of losing what is important because of the biggest motivator, the biggest yeast to witchcraft is number 1, jealousy.
Jealous.
Number 2, possessiveness. Number 3, discontentment.
Laziness.
Laziness. If someone is not happy with where he is, what he is,
Ruchiva.
yeah, you can end up being a witch. So, you mentioned that there was a serious chanting and the calling of names
of
and
names.
things like that. So, putting that together with the issue of the spiritual power, it looks like the spiritual power is like the signature now.
That's the bone, the backbone. Because remember, Jesus called Lazarus.
Yes.
But if an ordinary person could go there and say Lazarus, it was not going to work.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Jesus. Number 2, there is a spirit which is going to back up the word of Jesus, so that even the dead person can hear.
Right.
Yeah, Lazarus, he had the name calling. So I told you last time, I said these things, they work almost the same way. What we do here, they can also do it there. They can do it. A lot of things that we do here, those people, they do it. Even
Right.
prophesying, what they say kushopera.
Right.
That's prophesying, right? You are telling a person the information that is hidden, the information that he doesn't or she doesn't know. Or you begin to tell her about the problem that she is having. And it's biblical. Remember when Moses went to Egypt, when he turned his stick into a snake, the Egyptian magicians did also the same. Yeah. So
even when one of the kings, King Saul, when God had rejected him, things started to go bad. He went to the Edomite woman.
yes, the witch.
Yes. The Bible is even clear on that
When
one.
Samuel came.
So this means these people have got a serious spiritual power that they possess.
If they did not have a bigger platform, we couldn't need the name of Jesus for. We couldn't even need Jesus to die on the cross. So they are the way they are powerful is to a level of death.
Right.
Yeah, it needed somebody to die on the cross and sacrifice his life, and Jesus was killed on cold blood.
Right.
Raw killing, for us to be able to be above those powers. And even after that, it's not just a victory, it's a wrestling. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against spirits, but against principalities, but against powers, but against what. Imagine their ranks, they are plenty. And we are wrestling not before Jesus. Jesus died on the cross and paid the price, but we are still wrestling.
Right. This is quite a very complex thing. The spirits are real. The fight is real. So, Apostle, can you maybe take us into details about the spiritual powers that gives motivation to witchcraft?
All right. This one is a little bit longer, On the intro, on the core of it, we need to know that every spirit that works on that side, they are the deployees of the devil. Because
Right.
the devil is the master, then under him there are smaller spirits which are demons, which are the lost angels. So when they want to gain influence in people's lives, they come in different forms. They are responsible for the creation of ideologies, creation of myths, creation of religions, creation of beliefs. Some of the beliefs which will be even demonic, because you can really see what this is going against what is written in the Bible. So when we are talking on a primary level about the spirit that backs up witchcraft, I think I need to go back to the roots
Right.
of the issue. I will take you back to, because we are talking, let's talk about the ancestral spirits.
Okay, starting from the ancestral spirits.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about the ancestral spirits. Remember, a Sangoma is a person who is possessed by an ancestral spirit.
Yes.
And those people, if you want to go there and say, I have a person I want you to bewitch, they can do.
They can do this.
Right. So the source of their power as spirit is this. There are spirits which claim we are spirits of the dead forefathers.
Okay.
So they are welcomed back in families through what we call kurova gua.
Okay.
So literally it means,
You call them back.
no, I mean literally, like translating Shona
Okay.
to English,
Okay.
like kurova gua is beating up the grave.
The grave, yes.
Right? Like literally.
Yes.
So it means good, you are building up the grave, you are preparing the grave so that you can bring back the spirit of the dead into the family, right? But most of these ancestral spirits are not the spirits of the people who just died maybe a few months ago. They say these are the ancestors who died a long time ago. So now they are becoming ancestral spirits, living in us, guiding us, protecting us. So according to my understanding, according to my knowledge,
Okay.
you can't claim that you are the spirit of my ancestor when you are not coming from the graves where I buried my ancestor. I'm not talking about the Bible here.
Right.
I'm talking about what they say.
What they
They
say.
say this is the spirit of an ancestor.
Right.
Right? If this is an ancestor, I have a question on that. My question is, when you are giving sacrifices to the ancestor, you go and sacrifice to the water.
Okay.
Yeah. And the ancestors, when they are being praised and appeased and whatsoever,
Right.
it is done by the water. They are the same spirit which is called an ancestral spirit,
Right.
is also the same spirit which is now called a mermaid spirit.
Mermaid spirit, marine
How,
spirit.
how does it connect?
Right.
So I was shocked. Kuti. A person says, kuti, I'm possessing an ancestral spirit. It's on me. But when I want to give them the sacrifice on
food.
Monday, they go and throw coins by the river.
Right.
And when they see a snake, they see a duck, anything watery, they will say,
Thank you.
Abo gogo are happy.
Yes.
Yeah? You see?
Right.
Bafumile. They are so happy. But my question is, why at the water, not the grave?
Not at the grave.
So it means that these are marine spirits which are tricking us into accepting them, coming in the figures of our foregone fathers, of which according to the Bible there is nothing like a person can come back to life and be living in our lives. If a person dies, the Bible in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says the dead know nothing. But according to the Bible, the dead know nothing, but according to the traditions of us Africans, it is an ancestral spirit which can come. If you die, you don't go anywhere. You come back as an ancestral spirit. Okay, it's fine. What about the things we do at water? Already the ancestral spirit is now called a mermaid, and they are proud of it. Do you know what is very popular in Zimbabwe? Manjuzu.
Right, yes.
There is no difference there. Manjuzu are the same ancestral spirit, but when you are at home it's in ancestral spirits. When you go to the water, it's a man-made spirit.
Okay, Apostle, here, what you're explaining here, it means the place of emergency and the place of sacrifice are two different places. We call back Vomkulu from the grave,
Yeah, even if
but we thank them
at the water,
at the river.
it's confusion. Because even when you are bringing back the spirits,
Okay.
remember you do a bira
Yes.
at home, then you go to the grave.
Yes.
And do whatsoever that you do,
Yeah,
so that
right.
the spirit can come from the grave, come to the house.
Yes.
This is what you are saying you are doing.
Yes.
But when you are now having a communication, a constant communication with these spirits, every day you are going to the river. You go to the river, you see a snake, you clap hands. So your ancestor who died as a human being now is manifesting on snakes, on ducks, on mermaids.
Right. That's a very, very serious thing here.
But people, they don't want to think, they don't want to discuss, they don't want to put things to the ground. You go to the river, gogo, tokoza gogo. And then you ask them what is a gogo. In Shona, we call machembere.
Yes.
What they call machembere is a mermaid.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we call machembere. It's a mermaid. So whenever they draw, even like when you see on their traditional groups on Facebook, when they send a mermaid, they begin to praise machembere, machembere, machembere. They are saying machembere in the fact that this is a gogo who lived a long time ago, who is now existing in our times. But he is also a mermaid.
Right. Apostle, on this thing, you said these are the so-called forefathers that
There are two.
existed.
There are two.
Right.
They are the forefathers. They are the foremothers.
Right. Let's say ancestors then.
Yeah.
Right. Those ancestors, they don't come on their own. We are the ones who are supposed to call them and accept them.
Yeah, the thing is, these people, these spirits, they know laws.
Right.
Remember, these are demons.
Yes.
They know laws. For you to have access into a family,
Yes.
it must be something that is agreed. You must have a right to do it. So what they do, they will come in the name of your father
Yes.
who died long time ago. Who doesn't want to see the father coming back?
Especially if he was a good man.
You can say, you can freely accept it because this is your relative.
Yes.
But you would realize this is nothing like a relative when they send you to the water.
Right.
Right? This is when you realize
It's a different story
you are now being tricked here. So for them to gain access to you, Pastor Michael, and your family, they will come and say, we are your uncle who lived 90 years ago. I want to help you. I want to guide you. I want you to cover you. So you agree. How do you agree? You cook amabele for them, ichibuku,
Yeah.
and what? Nkomboti. When you cook for them, it's a direct way of agreeing that you are now connected
Part of
to
us.
them.
Yes.
It's a covenant. So
Right.
if you want to see these covenants are strong, all the spirits that we are casting here in church every day, they will be saying the one thing. I was given this one. Where can I work? How can we go? He is ours. You know, because there were agreements which were made on bloodlines, on family foundations. But the agreements were done in tricky ways, whereby they come to you saying, we are your ancestors. You accept them as ancestors, but in the future you realize, no, there's no ancestor like that.
Okay.
We don't hate our ancestors, but we hate spirits that lie that they are
lie.
our ancestors.
Okay.
No,
Right.
our ancestors, we are forever grateful that we have them. May their souls rest in peace. Sizobonana phambili.
Right. So, Apostle, on the same note of this ancestral spirit, can you shed more light there? How do they connect now in this practical world we are in? How does those spirits affect us today?
Okay, these spirits which are ancestral, they are religious.
Okay.
They are very, very religious. All of them, they claim to connect you to God. Msikaban.
Right.
Saga, everybody wants, number one, to connect to the ancestral,
God.
to the ancestors. You want to connect to your father, obviously,
Yeah.
and you also want to connect to God. But the problem is, Okay, let's say between us, maybe us, we are fake. Themselves are original.
Yeah.
When they come here, they manifest. We cast them, they go.
Right.
How can you be of God, be cast by somebody who is wearing a suit?
Right.
You must defend yourself. But here we cast them every day. And you remember one day when we were doing deliverance, I said, now in the name of Jesus, every ancestral spirit, come and bow down to Jesus. They came and they began to do their enchantments. Yeah, I am this and that. You understand?
Right.
So how do they affect our daily lives? How do they relate to our lives today? They want to be worshipped. They want to be connected in religious terms. So they fight for that position in our lives through giving us hard times in marriages, hard times in finances, hard times in everything that you'll be doing. You try marriage, it fails. You try a relationship, it fails. You try finances, businesses, it fails. Then you realize there is a problem on me. And on most times, they direct you to the people who give you an alert. There is an ancestral spirit that is following you. Then you look for it, you follow it. They make you to buy the clothes and this induku and the stuff. Now you are already initiated into it. I made a covenant and accepted everything.
So this will be the second level now of the covenant.
Yeah.
The first one is to go there yourself.
For seeking help. Some of you will be going, maybe saying things that's a man of God. Help me.
Right.
Tell you there is a spirit which needs to work on you.
Right.
Those things, they don't even see them like spiritually. They ask you, do you dream of the rivers? You say yes. Do you dream of snakes? Do you dream of you yourself being at the graves? Do you dream this one? Then they identify from those good. You are being followed by these spirits. Themselves, they don't even know good is bad because they were just introduced to it, and that's all. So when you are now introduced to it, you are now following them. You see those girls we have always sniff,
yes.
Hey, anytime she's in a text, she's already in the journey of following them.
Yeah.
You understand? Your life, even your money, when you have it, those people, they don't live a natural life. When they have money, before they use it, they go home, they put it in a basket or whatsoever. They pray for it, they put
some sniff.
So this is what these spirits want. They want a person who can dedicate his life to live with them, so that nobody can go to the real God. Everybody must be directed. They are like pastors trying to win everybody to Christ. Themselves, they want to win everybody to their kingdom.
Okay. So, Father, you are saying, in a summary, these spirits are very dominant. If you give them a loophole or a leeway to encroach into your family, to encroach into you, they will bind you hostage.
My guy,
that you'll have to worship them no matter what.
Ask Jesus.
Right.
Jesus, our Lord.
Yes.
They came to him, the devil, and said, if you worship me, I'll give you the whole world. So this is what they do. If you worship me, I will make you to be married. If you accept us, I'll open up your businesses. If you accept us, that sickness that is on you will go. If you worship us, if you get connected to us, you buy induku, you buy indwango, you buy whatsoever, all those kind of stuff, you buy them, we open your life. This is what the devil did to Jesus. Said, if you can worship me, I'll give you the whole world. So you'll be selling your soul in return for material things. This is what happens.
Okay, so then, since it is a spirit that claims to be very religious and it wants to be worshipped, if it is for us, why start by giving people problems?
I think the issue of giving people problems, it is not only on the ancestral side, even on the godly side. You remember Jonah?
Yes.
Jonah was told to go to Nineveh and he decided to go to Tarshish. What happened? It was problem after another, right?
Yes.
Everywhere where he went, there were problems. Even Paul himself, when he was going to kill people to Damascus, he had a problem. His eyes were struck and he was led as a blind man into the city. That's how God does. That's how these spirits do. even God, when he see good you are resisting the calling, he can put you on a corner. Even I myself, I ended up accepting the calling because of problems which were now befalling me every day. If I tell you my stories, you'll be scared. I've never spoken about them like in detail. I'll be jumping some other sensitive issues, but the things that I saw for me to accept the calling, this is the same thing that will happen when those spirits are targeting you. They will make your life so hard to an extent that when they offer you, we can help you on one condition, that you accept us, you definitely accept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is it's cheating the systems. Isn't it that God has given us power to choose? Because he says, before you I have put death and life,
but
choose life. Now, with these things that will be happening, is it not cheating the system?
Yeah, it is cheating the system. I think the only person who has a final say for our lives is God. Any other spirit that comes and try to decide for us, it's manipulation.
Right.
It's manipulation. You must remember, good, there is manipulation when a person puts you on a corner whereby you don't have a choice. You have to accept whether you like it or not. That's manipulation.
Okay. While you're on this ancestral spirit thing, Father, what's the difference now from Shikiro and Mudzimu?
Shikiro.
That's a spirit medium.
That's a person who, Shikiro is a person where the spirit shikas.
Okay.
Shikiro,
right.
where
Yes.
it shikas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So meaning
This is the arriving point.
The entry point.
Yeah, the connection point.
Okay.
Like it's like you're asking what's the difference between apostle and the Holy Spirit. Apostle is the person where the Holy Spirit arrives, sit, and communicate with the people. Shikiro is a person who is possessing the spirit, who is being possessed. I don't know who is possessing the other there.
Okay, but there's position
Then Mudzimu is the spirit itself. So these are different entities. The physical one and the spiritual one. The spirit gets into the physical one, and the physical one begins to work on behalf of the spirit.
The spirit. Okay. So Shikiro is the vector.
Yeah.
All right. This is so serious.
The one who is being Shikiro, dear Shikiro.
Okay. That's a very, very, very serious thing. Okay. Then this same spirit again, how does it work now on the scapegoat? Whilst we are getting into the scapegoat, please just to be reminded that on Friday we are holding an all-night prayer with the definition and the topic back to sender. Whoever has made it to happen is the one who has got the knowledge of where to keep the problems. So book your seat, come early, because our own eyes are kind of somehow. Come and experience the reversal of witchcraft. And we have got a song that we want you to hear as we're going for a commercial break.
So, all right. So we are going to play for you a song called "I'm Coming for You,"
Right.
which is a single track. As we are going for a commercial break, then we come and finish up with the statement that Pastor Michael spoke about. You said something about the scapegoat. How does the spirits work on the
Scapegoat type of witchcraft?
All right, it's fine. Asambeni. Kaita
ndikatenda ndobva ndatanga kukunda zvose zvandakuronga zvava kukudirira kumira ipapo ende varoishuwa sei muchidaiso ndakazvitsvaka ende shuwa ndakazviwana ndimi henyu ndakazvitsvaka ende shuwa ndakazviwana ndimi henyu maita zvamunoda neupenyu hwangu zvose zvamakaita ndakanyarara zvangu iko zvino ndana Jesu saka ndadzoka zvangu ndati ndingokuudza chakachaya makandiroya madhimoni muchandiona makandiroya madhimoni muchandiona makandiroya madhimoni muchandiona vamwe vakubvunza uchazvigona sei ndina mwari wandinotemba rega ndikutaurire tigodai tichidai so mwendi yaparare tigodai tichidai so tigodai tichidai so titi maideketera muchipika doro iko zvino ndana Jesu saka ushema dzoro iko zvino kandauya saka timoni moro iko zvino ndana Jesu saka ushema dzoro hatiti maideketera muchipika doro iko zvino ndana Jesu saka ushema dzoro iko zvino kandauya saka timoni moro
tumirai mweya mutsvene, send the Holy Spirit.
chakaipa.
Right, you can rate this song as well with the scale 0 to 10. This song is basically saying you were appraising the spirits, the ancestral spirit brewing beer in my name, but today the tables have been turned around. I am with Jesus. Back to our topic, Apostle. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Right. We're saying, how does these spirits work on the scapegoat type of witchcraft?
Okay. Remember, we are talking about same spirit, right?
Right.
Let's say the spirit is now active in our family. We are
Right.
brothers.
Yes.
You are my brother. I realize kuti they want to work, but or they just want the whole family to accept what the fathers in the past accepted.
Right.
They believed in us. Everybody was just worshiping us, was just appeasing us, was just offering to us. So you guys of this generation, you must do the same.
Right.
Then we say we want Jesus,
Uh-huh.
or we say we don't want anything. We just want to live our lives as they are, as it is. Then what they do, you go to a place like what people do. They always go around to seek for help. When there are places, manje, which are very dangerous, that if you go there looking for help, if your case is in ancestral spirit, pakad, you are going to have a problem that you are going to bewitch your own brother this way.
Right.
Remember, this spirit that is disturbing us as a family is disturbing us because it's an agreement that was made
Yes.
between our fathers.
There are legalities involved.
Yes,
there.
there are legality issues here. They have a right because it was signed by the parents then.
Yeah.
Now, this spirit, it's either we can take it. It's taking. You can take it. You can tell it where to go, depending on the level.
Vulnerability and level now.
Yeah, the person who is helping you.
Yeah.
Is he a commander in the spirit who can tell these other smaller spirits? Because remember, okay, let me give you a good example. Look at me.
Yes.
I am one person who casts thousands demons.
Yeah.
It means with my level is not a level of an ordinary congregant.
Yes.
Because a congregant is coming here saying, I'm tired of demons. You want only one people.
Yeah.
On here.
Yeah.
I am myself, I'm saying, even if you be 1,000, come, I will help you all.
Yes.
So I'm a commander in the spirit. So people are like sangomas or those big matsbabas and
Right.
some other occultic Pentecostal pastors.
Yeah.
They will be possessing a rank in the spirit that they can tell these smaller spirits or negotiate with them. But please, this one came looking for help. So let's make a deal.
Right.
You can now go to somebody of the same nature
Right.
and leave this one because he is paying me. So because
Okay.
this one is a commander, the spirits will agree to come from me.
Right.
And they will go from you. But the other thing that happens is they won't tell you much. We are going to free you in expense of somebody in your family. So you'll be made a scapegoat whereby all the winds are being thrown to you automatically because you are the only person who is remaining in our family. And we carry the same blood. We carry the same surname. We carry the same totem.
Right. That's a very serious thing. You mentioned something here, Father, in this statement you just finished posing here. You said they can negotiate, but the person where they go to seek help, you said it can be a cultic Pentecostal.
Yeah, there are
Or-
Pentecostal churches who do this. They can even advise you on following your ancestors.
Right.
Plenty.
So this is very serious, my viewers all over the world. You hear that someone went to church and told that you have to follow your ancestral calling, you have to abide by your ancestors' dealings. Now, can you imagine from a church? Will it be still a church or something
It's a
else
cult
in the name of the church?
of the church, yeah.
Okay.
Remember, these spirits, they are desperate for connection.
Yeah.
All they don't want is to connect you to the real thing. So they can change even to come to church. We'll talk more about the plenty people who are saying it's a church when it's not. We'll talk about the types of clothes,
Yeah.
mention about the
Practices.
everything. We'll
and-
talk about it.
Okay, right.
So
you
on the-
also mentioned something there that works even like what we believe. There is a sacrifice that is needed, which is the payment for these things to happen.
Yeah.
Because see, this person can go there, pay for a token, for them to be able to negotiate on the grounds that we have got a token.
Yes. It's all about
Wow.
money. Plus, the thing they will be doing is they will be listening to the commander. What can you say if the commander tells you he is begging? If you don't want, he can even force you.
Right.
Spiritual commanders, they can do that.
Or there are two
I'm
options
telling you.
of asking or
Forcing.
forcing. And you cannot win if they decide to
You
force.
can't do anything.
Okay.
Then on the scapegoat, there is a number 2.
Right.
Have you ever seen a chicken which is running
In the
in
bush.
the bushes?
Right.
So some other people, those ones are better. Those spirits, man, they are not strongly attached to the family. They have ability to go anywhere they want. So what they do, they will put the whole bad luck on the chicken. Then
Right.
the chicken is left to run in the bushes. If you make a mistake of taking that chicken and cook it, I'm telling you the truth.
Right.
You have taken everything.
Right. I remember, I think it was grade 6. That's in Gokwe there in Shitekete. There was a dam there. And close to the dam, always there was a hen with chicks. So at this other time, we were just talking as naughty boys in the area. We wanted to chow those chickens. Then
Okay.
this one other
They
guy,
used to pick coins from there.
Then this other guy said, no, this chicken yakarasirirwa. Don't you see there's this chicken and that goat that side? And that goat was so serious. It would even stand on two legs chasing people.
Imagine a goat. Sometimes they can even do a stray cow.
Right.
And it comes into your crowd. You keep it saying,
I've made it.
my guy.
Then in Karoi, there was a goat which was staying by the bus rank for years. And it even had a human name.
Yes. Yeah, some other chickens, they'll be carrying the names there.
Right.
They are given a name and they carry the name and go with it into the bushes. When you take it, you take the whole bad luck on Michael.
So it's like animals they use. They can also use money.
Anything, money.
Anything.
Sometimes that's why you see on the crossroads. You see money, you see a lot of things, and then you pick up saying it's money. You are picking up the bad luck they are throwing.
Then further, this now opens my eyes. What about those people that go and bath on the crossroads at night?
Yeah.
Is it also part of the scapegoat series?
Yeah, that one is different. It is like you are taking off your bad luck and you are leaving it on the part of the road where the road crosses. Meaning with you are crossing, you are going your own side and you are leaving everything. You and your bad luck. That one is a little bit of innocent because you are not harming anybody. It is like the one that you go to the rivers, on a river which is flowing. Where it is flowing, this is where you take muti, you kneel down. They will put a lid of muti here. They will put in water and
Everything
just
flows
with the river. So they believe that as it is running, you are being freed as well.
Wow. Can you hear that? It means that in the spiritual world and in the witchcraft circles, there is a lot of practices that are happening, and we are not even aware that it is witchcraft. It is grossness or density. Yeah. Right. So while this team, we are speaking of these things. Now, tell us further, Muti and the spirit, how do they link as we are going to conclusion because of our time?
Right, yeah. Muti can carry power here,
Right.
but the spirit can transport.
Okay.
Understand? So, Muti is physical, and the power that is in there needs to be transported spiritually. So, it's helped by the spirit to make sure that it's empowered, it's transported, it goes wherever it goes. This is the power of the spirit. That is why you see the evangelist Philip, he was physical and he managed to disappear. It was all because of the spirit. Spirit is everything, it can do anything.
The spirit doesn't have a body,
It can do anything, no limit.
and it's like a celestial.
Yes.
Okay. Right. We thank the Lord,
Amen.
Apostle, for the big revelation. So tomorrow, what time are we meeting?
Tomorrow we are meeting at that's 8, right?
Right. So 8 o'clock, let's make it a date for tomorrow. And we are going to be looking into a little bit deeper details of witchcraft and the practices.
Yeah,
in
because these are
witchcraft.
just the intros. We are going
Yes.
to talk about
Now
it.
we are going into details of these things.
We shall talk about it all.
Right. So make it a date. Invite a friend to invite a friend, that we can all learn together. So it's tomorrow, Thursday, we are going to be having those deeper revelations. Then on Friday we are going to skip because we are holding an all night
be
prayer.
live.
You have to be
We'll be
here
live.
physically. So as we are signing out, we want you to rate this song.
No, I want to do something.
Okay.
Let's call Tanya. Let's sing this one.
Right. Tanya, can you please come into the studio?
This one. Do you know this one?
I'm not sure.
Pinam Gaba. visible? Manja usikuoneka. Okay. All right. All right. So we are going to perform this song, which is Apostle Sean featuring Tinashe Magacha, right? Which is called Comes Upon You. Negonant. Are you ready? Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Pazvinoma upenyu ndiri ndega, handina chekutya nokuti iye aripo. Zvinondinetsa mumwoyo mangu, handina mumwe wandinoudza. Ndinoudza Mwari nguva dzose aripo. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, hazvisi zvenyama, hazvisi nyore kuzvi-understanda. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, ndinoziva uchazvi-understanda when the Spirit of the Lord
Comes upon you, comes upon you, comes upon you,
when the Spirit of the Lord
comes upon you, comes upon you, comes upon you,
uchazvi-understanda when the Spirit of the Lord
comes upon you, comes upon you, comes upon you,
when the Spirit of the Lord
comes upon you, comes upon you, comes upon
hatina Tinashe Magacha. Zvinondinetsa mumwoyo mangu, ndoudzaniko, ndotarisa kumakomo, ndinoudza Mwari. Zvinondinetsa mupfungwa dzangu, ndoudzaniko, ndotarisa kumakomo, ndinoudza Mwari. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, hazvisi zvenyama, hazvisi nyore kuzvi-understanda.